Good morning, everyone. It's Memorial Day. It's a day to remember the fallen, a day to remember people who gave the ultimate sacrifice. They gave their lives for defense of innocence, for a purpose, something that's important. And I wrote in my blog today about sacrifice. Sacrifice is about giving for an ultimate purpose. And so sacrifice takes a lot of forms. It's not just about, giving your life for something. It's not about dying in a cause. It's about giving every moment of every day, whether that's letting somebody in front of you in traffic so that they aren't late and they, so they don't get fired. It's about sacrificing for the kind of person that you want to be, for the world that you want to live in. And, it's an everyday thing. It's the reason why I came down here was because I feel it's important to make the world a better place. I think I have an idea. Well, I know I have an idea that I think will help fix a lot of the global problems that we're facing, help people find their way out of the darkness into the light. There's a lot of things that I'm sacrificing to be here. I had a fairly comfortable existence in Austin, Texas. I was working with a good company, trying to connect people with solar, and I came down here because I finally gave up on the things that were just not as important. So while I've been down here, I've been living in my car. Now I'm staying in a homeless shelter, temporarily, hopefully. And it's uncomfortable, but more importantly, like there's other people who have it worse. There's people that are in the shelter that I'm in. There's one guy that's blind. He was sleeping on the beach, I guess, one day last year, and some guys came up and started kicking him and beating him, and they put him in the hospital. He was in intensive care for 67 days, and now he's blind. And he doesn't remember a lot of what happened. He's got problems with his memory, and so he's in a bad place, and he needs help, and that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to reach out to the world to try and bring everybody together, to try and bring about a golden age. Something's got to change. There's so many things that are messed up right now. And I feel like it's my duty, it's my obligation, it's my responsibility to try and make a difference, to try and make the world better. And, when you're talking about sacrifice, there are billions of people that came before us that sacrificed so that we could have today, so that we could have a future, so that we could, live our lives. And we honor them by doing the same thing. It's not enough to enjoy life. It's not enough to, be thankful for the things that we have. It's our responsibility to try and do the same thing for others. And that is, it's a tall order. It's not easy. Sacrifice is never easy, but I found that if you sacrifice the things that are not important to you for the things that are important to you, it justifies it. It justifies the lack of comfort. It justifies not necessarily going as fast as you would like to, having the things that you would like, but that's important. It's important to try and help others, because where I might be able to help somebody, and it might not cost me much, that might mean the world to them. It might be the difference between them really, really struggling or suffering, and it's in our power to do that for others. And if we all got on board that, if we all got on the same program and started to do that for other people, it would make a huge difference. And so that's what I'm doing. Life is tough for a lot of people, but it doesn't have to be something that we struggle with. It's difficult because there's so many different things that are going on. It's hard to keep track of what's important. And I came from a really dark place, felt completely alone, and realized that all it took was for me to turn around, to face the light, and to walk towards the light every day. And that's that's the mission that I'm on. And I would challenge you to do the same thing. I would challenge you to make the types of sacrifices that are going to mean something in the world. You know, nobody's going to force you to do it. You have to decide for yourself if it's important to you, if it's something that you can find value in. Even small things, you know, small things. There might be somebody standing in the corner and you give them $1 and that could mean that they eat today. It could mean that you give a loan to a friend and now they don't get evicted. It could mean that you volunteer at a place and you know, you could make somebody's day much better. You could call a friend and talk to them, and that could be the reason that they stay with us on this planet for another day. You know, you never know. But that's what sacrifice is. Sacrifice is not about, you know, going out there and making these huge changes in the world. I mean, if that's what you want to do, then great. But even the small things add up. And I think it's our duty to try and do that. So this is just a short video. I wrote a lot about this in my blog. And you know, let me know if you have any questions or concerns, anything that you think I can do to make this better. So, but love you guys, and to the fallen.